안녕하세요. 크고 다른 야망의자 크다야. 누군가에게 꿈과 희망이 되는 크다야입니다. 오늘의 크다야의 야망의자 주인공은 멀리 시애틀에서 왔습니다. 이분은 지구를 깨끗하게 치우는 것이 가장 행복하신 분입니다. 히로스 안성준 슈퍼바이저님을 모시겠습니다.
Hi, I'm Sean Ahn, the supervisor for HIROS, members who joined to make greener and cleaner Earth. I'm originally from Seattle. I first went to Seattle because I wanted to succeed as a computer software engineer. I had dreams there, to be an entrepreneur, to make a lot of money, to make myself known. To keep stories short, things that really didn't go that well as I seemed. There were some visa problems with Trump, as you might know, and I had to go back to Korea. I felt devastated. I put in all my years, all my work in Seattle, all my work in the United States of America to have that American dream, but that all came down like a sandcastle in the ocean. So the first thing I did when I came back to Korea was to visit Jeju Island. That was pretty much the only thing that I could do. I was out of a job. I was just lost. So to clear up my mind, I went to the first place that I could think of, Jeju. What are the words that you think of when you think of Jeju? The words that I thought of were crystal clear oceans, pearl sand beaches, breezy wind, good food, good people. But what I came across was something completely different. When I visited the ports of Jeju, I came across something horrific. Pearl beaches, crystal clear oceans, it wasn't there anymore. What I came across were trash after trash, swamp after swamp, fish carcass after carcass. I couldn't believe it. I always remembered Jeju to be this fantastic utopia, somewhere you go to get refreshed, to clear out your mind. What I ended up with was a lot even more thoughts added to my mind. As a computer software engineer, quite frankly, the environment was the last thing that I could think of. I had never really thought about making this place cleaner. I never really thought of how I was making this place dirtier. But when I came across Jeju and its ports and the trash that they had, when I came across the trash that Jeju had, I couldn't be still. I knew that that was what I had to do right now, to make this earth cleaner and better. When I came back to the inlands of Korea, I started a teaching job to teach students science, because that's the only thing that I really could do at the moment. Teaching students, teaching them how to code, teaching them science, teaching them math. Quite frankly, I did forget about the environment again. As I extended my teaching career in Korea, and after student after student, after coursework, the thoughts of Jeju, the horrific scenes, the thoughts of the environment faded to the back of my head. I mean, I was doing my part in the Green Initiative to make a cleaner earth, I think. I was using paper straws. I was recycling. I was throwing out trash like I should. But that was it. I wasn't really doing anything after that. I forgot all about the trashes in Jeju, all the fish carcasses in Jeju. And what I was left with was just a computer science engineer from Seattle again. That's when one of my students came up to me with the thoughts of HIROS. I was still doing my part for the environment. I mean, I was recycling as I should. I was throwing out trash as I should. I was using paper straws at Starbucks. But that was it. I was back to the computer science engineer, back from Seattle. I had forgotten all about the horrific scenes of Jeju, the horrific smells. That's when a student came up to me. He came up to me with the thought of HIROS. HIROS was members who came together to make Jeju a cleaner place, They gathered every weekend. They gathered members to clean up the port of Mosulpo in Jeju. If you could see the scenes of Mosulpo before HIROS was there, you would be shocked. You would never think that that was Jeju, let alone the ocean. After trash bag after trash bag, after trucks loads of trash, we were able to make Mosulpo Port the clean place that it is today. Some people might say, is that it? Are you stopping at Mosulpo? Are you stopping at Jeju? Are you stopping at Korea? And we say no. And how are we going to get there? Somebody once told me that the start is the most important thing. And I do agree with that, but I believe the initiative, the motivation, the process is much more important. That's what we intend to do here at HIROS. We don't just stop at using paper straws. We don't stop at recycling. We get our hands dirty. We go out to make the world a greener place. Truthfully, I've seen students join HIROS just to put in some volunteer work. But to see them change through the process, to see them get motivated, to see them care for the environment is another entire different thing. They have become people, the members of HIROS, we have become people who can shed tear for the earth. Some people say that we can't really change the earth. It is only a small step. This small group of people can't affect the entire earth. And I do understand where you're coming from. And you might be right, but I also disagree with you. We as a group of HIROS, we as individuals who want to make a greener earth, have one mission and one mission only, to at least leave our trails behind clean. Some people may say that we can't really change anything. This small group of people, these individuals can't affect the entire earth. And while I do understand where you're coming from, we'd like to disagree. The group of HIROS, we as individuals have one set mission, to at least leave our trails behind clean, to pick up after us. We're not trying to make the entire world clean. We can't do that with our own hands, but you can. If you join our initiative to leave your trails clean, if everyone on earth could join us to leave their trails behind clean, green for the next generation, then we would have completed our mission. I remember the first time I visited Jeju, the horrific scenes, the smell, the carcasses, the dirty ports, something that I said I couldn't call an ocean. I still remember that. But thinking about it is one thing, and making an initiative is another. If I only left it as a thought after my visit to Jeju, if I had never heard of HIROS, I might be the same thing that I was 3-4 years ago, thinking nothing about the environment, just thinking about myself. Maybe thinking a little bit, maybe using paper straws and recycling, but that's it. To take that initiative, to make that motivation is what's really important. We go to Jeju Island every weekend to pick up the trash at Mosulpo Port. And look at the change that we made. The black, murky, green Shrek-like swamp has now turned into a crystal clear ocean. And this is just the start. Beginning at Jeju Island, we're going to move up to Korea. And starting from Korea, I believe that you guys could change the world. Remember, small steps make paths, and paths make the earth. Join our initiative. Join your community right now. Pick up after yourselves. Challenge your motivation to make your trails cleaner for the next generation, for us. The earth isn't somebody else's, it's ours. And I believe, the HIROS believe, that it is our job to make a cleaner and greener Earth. Thank you.